Art and science of estimating.
The DYOJO podcast.
So I think the science has to do with your mindset, getting your mind right when it comes to estimating. You know, I'm sitting here reading this book and I'm thinking, oh, this is really going to help me. And I go to, chapter 17 on headers and top-down approach to estimating and intentional estimating.
This book, John, is a playbook in how you can progress on. I saw this book on Amazon. There's nothing like it out there.
Dang.
It is developing your mindset and your habits for success. This book, I read it as soon as I got it, and when I was a water technician, and it actually broke down everything that you would need to think about, hey, this is actually something that I can do.
I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Be Intentional Estimating, the most mediocre book available on the market.
There's nothing like it out there.
Art of estimating is where you can set yourself apart.
Art and science of estimating. Be intentional estimating.
Here is a sample estimate. Actually, honestly, not that terrible of an estimate. It's interesting here. So when it comes to structure, we're hanging the drywall. We're seaming the joint repair between the new drywall and the old drywall. So we got a flood cut here, right? We got some heavy hand texture, but then we're removing the drywall after we've installed the drywall.
Art and science of estimating. Be intentional estimating.
So just from a sequence standpoint, let's put the removal before we do the replacement. Maybe. And I see floor protection all the way down here. I would have that at the start. We got a typical loss, looks like a commercial structure. So we got commercial grade carpet there. If I go back to our estimate, we've got floor protection, heavy paper and tape. I'm wondering, has this person ever actually done a claim? Because typically on commercial flooring, in my opinion, I'm going to use masking or maybe like ram board, because that heavy construction paper is just going to shred, right?
I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way.
Be Intentional Estimating.
There's nothing like it out there.
And we've got flood cuts, 2-foot flood cuts. So a lot of people are real excited about using the linear foot line item. It's great in mitigation for the removal. It's not always the best way to write it for the repairs. And this is actually written well, in my opinion, in that regard. They're going to replace the 5/8 drywall, hung, taped, and ready for texture. Drywall patch J, which is a great line item. That's for that blending.
Be intentional estimating.
But what I'm not seeing is, especially with the heavy texture like this, we're probably going to have to do some skim coating, and then we're going to do some PVA drywall primer on the new wall board. And then I would have to dig into the square footages, whether they're just trying to blend this partial blend or the whole wall. And you could make an argument, are we going to have to detach and reset that crown? We've got light fixtures, we've got outlets that we've got to detach and reset, at least the covers. We've got 2 different kinds of paint here. There's just some line items that are missed and legitimate. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is estimate structure.
Art and science of estimating. Be intentional estimating.
Having a consistent estimate structure helps whoever is capturing the data on the initial job walk to have a structure in their mind. We're going top to bottom. We've got our prep items, we've got walls and ceilings, we've got paint and trim, we've got our flooring. Oh, this is funny. Fills hose and patch as needed. Let's open up just a simple, without even changing any of the line items. We're going to create a structure: prep items, walls, paint, and trim. I think this helps when an estimator or reviewer is reviewing the estimate. When the customer's looking at the estimate, line items, when you just take them like spaghetti and throw them against the wall.
But this is what your estimates look like when you just take a bunch of line items. Take a bunch of line items. Just take a bunch and you throw them against the wall and you hope they stick. And you hope some adjusters brave enough to come up and say, yeah, it'll work.
Look like, and hope they stick. This is a pretty well written from that standpoint of legitimate scope, but I think the structure can really help, expedite the review process, expedite the negotiation process, get everybody kind of on the same page much better. But also when it comes time for production, it's a sheet that the project manager can better budget and scope from, and the team is better equipped to roll out from. So there's a lot of advantages to estimating consistency that we address in this book. So, better insurance claims outcomes through better estimating habits. That's what we're shooting for.
The art and science of estimating.
The DYOJO podcast.
Be intentional.
I've got an exciting announcement. If you've seen the clips of Pete Consigli, the global restoration watchdog, and I, and our trip after the RIA conference in 2021. Couple of dapper guys just freshening up before our fancy dinner. In January, I'll be joining Pete down in South Florida. A beautiful time of year to be in South Florida for the AEML Winter Break Conference.
Params are moisture, materials, mold, and methodology, in that order.
This is a mold conference targeted at you mold people, assessors, and remediators.
We're going to have a variety of people speaking, leading authorities in each of these topics. It's going to be fabulous.
So here's a little promo clip. Keep your eyes and ears open. Registration is open through AEML Labs.
So just remember, be there or be square. See you in January. Now, keep coming. Params on moisture. We ain't done yet. Params materials. Pete Consigli Global Watchdog. Params mold. AMA winter break. Back to normal with a question mark. Keep coming. Params and methodology. We ain't done yet. Params AMA winter break. It's going to be fabulous. Fabulous. It kind of flows. AMA winter break. Stay with me. Our moisture, materials, mold, and methodology. We ain't done yet. Be there. AMA winter break. Be square. It's going to be fabulous.